Hello, everyone. It's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. I thought it was time to revisit kind of the state of the EV marketplace, financial market, capital markets. It's been several months, maybe almost a year since I've kind of gone over it, and I thought it was time. And boy, it has not been pretty. Okay, so let's start with Lucid. Lucid, as many of you guys who've been watching my channel know, is a stock that I bought back in 2021, much to my net worth dismay. I mean, they have a beautiful car and their engineering is awesome. They just can't seem to sell it and they can't seem to build it profitably. And so they are paying the price for it. And here's the graph of Lucid over the past 5 years. I think I bought them like here, around 50, $45 a share. And then it went up for a little bit. And I was very happy. And then ever since then, it's been an inexorable decline to essentially nothingness. I think I've lost about 99% of my investment. At this point, it's not even worth selling. And so they're doing poorly. And they're not the only one. Rivian also down 25% today. I'm making this on Friday, on Thursday actually, and they're not doing well. If you look at their 5 year uh, graph, it looks very similar. It was at one point it was $129 a share, and they are down 90% to 11.45. And this is surprising because they are selling their vehicles. They have a contract with Amazon to make delivery vehicles for them. And so they should be doing better than this, but they cannot produce profitably. They're producing, they're selling, and they have a backer with fleet sales, and they are still losing money. And so I think Elon Musk basically tweeted recently, or X'd, I don't even know what you call it now that it's called X. He said current trajectory has them bankrupt in about 6 quarters. And so their cash on hand is dropping every quarter because obviously they are spending more money that they're making. This is not to say that every car they sell they lose more money. No, that's not the case. It's just overall they are losing money. But if they sold more cars, they would probably be cash flow positive. They just can't build them fast enough or sell them fast enough. But it's not like the more cars they sell, the more money they lose. Although some reports kind of mistakenly give you that impression. The other company is Canoe. Canoe has always been a very interesting company for me because they have a kind of a quirky car, and I think that they have potential. I never invested in them, um, but yeah, they're doing horrible. They were up around $20 a share, and now they're sitting at $12 a share. I think they're going to be delisted um, from Nasdaq soon if they haven't been already. And that this is also surprising to me because Canoe is actually delivering vehicles. They are delivering vehicles to Kingby. They have a almost $10,000 vehicle binding order from this company. They have another binding order with Zeba. They have an association with Walmart. NASA is checking it out. The U.S. Postal Service is checking them out. The U.S. military is checking them out. So there's a lot of interest in them. They have finally started to deliver some vehicles. It's been a long time coming. I mean, uh, they've been public since what have they been public since 2014? I don't think that's the case. I think this must be their SPAC, but they've been public for a while and they've been trying to make deliveries for many, many years, and they've finally gotten to it. But making deliveries seemingly has not improved their stock price. Even after they've started making deliveries, and they made deliveries in the past couple of months, they're still not doing well. And there is one analyst that thinks that Dan Ives thinks that they're gonna return. He thinks that there's a potential to see almost a 2,000% rally in them because it's true. Like, remember this our video a while back, a couple of days ago, about the super users. A lot of them drive large trucks mainly because they are people in trades that need a lot of equipment. They need to drive from job site to job site. And a small car like Aptera is just not going to be able to carry all the stuff they need. But something like a canoe could presumably fill that niche. And and it is a relatively inexpensive vehicle. You know, they still list it. I think they're going to fleet sales and not selling to individual customers, but they are trying to sell it for around $30,000, which is a pretty decent price for what it is. And like last mile deliveries as delivery trucks, this is a market that EVs do very well in. So I'm a little surprised, and I'm kind of tempted. I'm kind of tempted to go in at 12 cents a share. I mean, like, are they going to make it? Maybe. Um, I, I don't know. What do you guys think about Canoe? Okay, here's the other thing. Fisker. Fisker was doing, I thought, pretty well for a while. You know, they were kind of meeting their timelines with the Fisker Ocean, and they had a contract manufacturer with Magna, and they were seemingly doing well. And but they have also had this decline, and they've lost 95% in the past 5 years in value. And this is the crazy thing that happened recently. February 17th, um, Marquez posted this on his autofocus channel. This is the worst car I've ever reviewed. I mean, that's a pretty harsh title. I watched this review to see how bad it was. I mean, I don't think it was that bad. He didn't like there were it was quirky. There are some issues with the car, but like to say that it's the worst car he's ever reviewed. Maybe he hasn't reviewed that many bad cars, but it doesn't seem that horrible. But this is certainly not helping them, and Fisker is having their own problems. And we're gonna at first I thought that this is a company that had figured out the model. You know, they would do the engineering, they would do the design, but they would outsource the production to a company that knows how to produce. And I thought their model was going to work out, but they're looking like not they're not doing well. And even Tesla, who is obviously the 800-pound gorilla of the EV space, they have been, you know, for a while it looked like their trajectory was like this, you know, in 2019, 2020, 2021, it was going up, up, and up. And then ever since then, it has been a slow decline or flat. So it's not, um, you know, obviously if you invested in them several years ago, you're doing great if you were long on Tesla. But if you bought them in the past couple of years, yeah, you're not doing so great. So even Tesla is struggling. So I think Aptera is currently at a place when they're looking for capital at a time when EV stocks are doing poorly, and they've been doing poorly for the past 2, 3 years. I mean, no company has done well. Not Tesla, not Lucid, not Rivian, not Canoe, not Fisker. They're all doing poorly. And these are companies that are all actually delivering vehicles, and it's like Fisker is trying to get into a fairly crowded market. So I understand why they might be struggling, but like Canoe and Rivian, they are in a market that EV should do very well in, trucks and delivery vehicles, and they have orders, they have customers, and they're still not doing well. So I think Aptera really has its work cut out for them on the fundraising side. And the fact that they've been able to stay afloat in this environment and raise capital to continue operations is really a testament to their ability to fundraise. And I think is a testament to the their vision and how they're able to inspire people, especially with the crowdfunding. Like Aptera has a following that is kind of unrivaled, I think. Like none of these companies have a following like Aptera because the idea and the vision of it is very, very compelling. And I think that's been helping them along, but they are definitely in a space where EV stocks are not that attractive to investors because the track record has not been good. And even with production, even with great engineering and attractive vehicles, they're just not doing well. Now, the interesting thing that they said about that Elon Musk said about Lucid is their Saudi sugar daddy is the only thing keeping them alive, and that's of course reference to the Saudi Arabian um, sovereign investment fund. They've pumped about $2 billion into Lucid, and Lucid is seriously, that is the only thing keeping them alive at this point. Is that? But I think that may be enough capital to keep them going until they reach profitability, because there's a time from when you're starting production where you're continuing to lose money in production until you kind of reach an inflection point where you're finally reaching profitability. It took Tesla quite a while to do that too. Tesla was losing money, and the only thing keeping them afloat were like selling carbon credits to other companies. That was the only thing kind of keeping them afloat, plus all the investment from other companies and the government loans and things. But they were bleeding money for many years after they were producing and selling cars as well. And Lucid, hopefully, this Gravity thing SUV looks beautiful. I think a lot of their cars look great, and the engineering is good. Maybe this will turn it around for them. I'm hoping so for my sake. Um, but let's be honest, probably not. I don't think I'm ever recovering the funds I put into that company. But this Go EV, I don't know. Should I do it? What do you guys think? Um, it seems like they should do it. Like, they have an inexpensive vehicle with lots of interest. They've been delivering to many customers, and they have large orders in the books from them. So if they can start producing, they have customers at least for quite a while to fill their production line. So very tempting at $12, 12 cents a share. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that all these EV stocks are going to turn around and start actually making money for their investors and for themselves? Or do you think that all of these are destined to go to bankruptcy, and basically the only domestic uh, EV company is going to be Tesla? It'll be Tesla and basically all the Chinese imports, and the legacy automakers maybe building EVs. Although some people think the legacy automakers are not long for the world either. So that's another take that I think some people have. But okay, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.